The world is full of unexplained events, moments where the veil of reality seems to thin. We attribute them to chance, to coincidence, to the limits of our understanding. But what if some occurrences are not random at all, but rather the subtle echoes of a war fought beyond the stars, a conflict waged by beings of unimaginable power? In Hindu and Buddhist mythology, Apsaras are celestial nymphs, dancers of the gods, embodiments of beauty, grace, and illusion. They are creatures of light, associated with water and the heavens. But beneath their captivating facade lies a history of conflict and rivalry, a battle for power that stretches back to the dawn of creation. Legend tells of two primary factions, those loyal to Indra, king of the gods, and those who followed opposing forces, sometimes associated with Asuras or other celestial power. The great churning of the ocean of milk, a pivotal event in Hindu cosmology, is more than just a creation myth. It was a battle for immortality, for ultimate power. The Apsaras played a crucial role, their beauty used as a weapon, their allegiances shifting like desert sands. But a schism formed, a deep and bitter rivalry that was never truly resolved. Records say that the Devas took the elixir for immortality, but it was achieved at a cost. Many beings were lost during this time, as well as some knowledge of the events that truly happened. Over time, the details faded, the grudges forgotten, or so we thought. June 30th, 1908. A remote region of Siberia is rocked by an explosion equivalent to a 12-megaton nuclear bomb. No crater was found, and the cause remains debated to this day. Meteorite? Secret weapon? Consider this. What if the Tunguska event was not a natural phenomenon, but a localized conflict, a demonstration of power by warring factions of Apsaras, using forces beyond our comprehension? Reports from villagers during the time describe beings that could have been mistaken for celestial figures descending from the sky. Could this explain the lack of physical proof in some theories of that day? 1959, 9 experienced hikers perished mysteriously in the Ural Mountains. Their tent was slashed open from the inside, their bodies displaying bizarre injuries, and some were even found with traces of radiation. Again, theories abound: avalanche, military experiment, even a Yeti attack. But what if the hikers stumbled upon something far stranger, something that triggered a conflict between Apsara factions, a clash that left them as collateral damage? Could the radiation come from the battle between beings of light and the aftermath of the war that followed them? From the disappearance of Flight 19 in the Bermuda Triangle to the enduring mystery of Amelia Earhart, aviation history is filled with unexplained vanishings. Airplanes vanishing in midair or deviating to somewhere unknown. Many of these situations have strange accounts from those involved. Are these simply navigation errors or mechanical failures? Or are these instances where the Apsaras are subtly interfering with the human realm, manipulating weather patterns, creating illusions, or even transporting aircraft to other dimensions as part of their ongoing conflict? The whispers say so. While the idea of celestial beings manipulating human events might seem far-fetched, we cannot dismiss the patterns. These events, though seemingly disparate, share common threads: inexplicable anomalies, a disregard for human life, and a connection to locations of ancient significance. The Apsara stories say they are tied to water, and that their battles are hidden. If the human accounts of these events are true, it could potentially explain the stories we have heard throughout the year. Today, the Apsara's war may have evolved. Rather than overt displays of power, the conflict is now waged through subtle manipulations of weather, geopolitical tensions, and technological advancements. Could the proliferation of weather modification technologies be a cover for Apsara factions vying for control of the Earth's resources? Are proxy wars fueled by ancient celestial grudges, the human soldiers unwitting pawns in a game they cannot comprehend? Is it possible these celestial beings are more connected to the human realm, and are responsible for the actions of our own species? The Apsara's war, if it exists, is not just a celestial conflict. It is a threat to humanity itself. Their disregard for human life, their manipulation of our world, could lead to our own destruction. We must be aware of the patterns, question the narratives, and understand that the forces shaping our world may be far more complex and far more dangerous than we imagine. Are we willing to stand up for ourselves and fight for our own survival and our own way of thinking? But there is hope. By understanding the mythology, by studying the historical anomalies, by questioning the official narratives, we can become more aware of the forces at play. By embracing knowledge, critical thinking, and collaboration, we can break free from the cycle of manipulation and forge our own destiny. And so, we must remember the Apsaras. We must remember the war. A single resonant chime. Silence. Find all the resource lists in the description and someone waiting for you inside the Portal of Shadows. Let's dive in. Subscribe the channel to get notified for the new uploads.